Well, we begin with a new temporary homeless shelter opening Monday in the lower Yakima Valley. Officials say it will quadruple the available beds for homeless people countywide. However, they need additional funds to keep it open full time. Emily Goodell explains.
We all said it's not acceptable to have folks out on the streets with this extreme winter weather, and so we all worked together to try and come up with a solution.
Camp Hope, Yakima County, Yakima Valley Farm Workers Clinic, Sunrise Outreach, Yakima Nation's Village of Hope, and the city of Toppenish all work together to open an overnight indoor shelter in Toppenish. The shelter will house up to 35 men and 18 to 20 women, with an additional 5 isolation beds in case a resident becomes positive with COVID-19.
And so 60 which would basically quadruple the capacity in the region right now.
The shelter is low barrier,
which means they can be under the influence of alcohol. They can't drink here. They can be under the influence of narcotics, but they can't use here. It has to be 18 and over. They don't have to have ID, but they do have to agree to the COVID precautions. They have to be respectful to themselves, respectful to others, no weapons and no violence.
The building opens at 6 p.m. Anyone who walks in will be screened for COVID, given a mask if they don't have one, and eat a hot meal.
They'll be able to be assigned a bed, which this year is kind of unique as you see the tents in the background. This is the ladies' side with the pink tents. The guys have bright orange tents, and so they'll be assigned their tent, and that's where they will stay.
Donated space, a collaborative effort by all organizations involved, and $50,000 in funding got the doors open.
Which sounds like it's a lot of money, except when you're trying to take care of 50 people through March 31st. It goes pretty fast.
But they need an additional $20,000 to hire more people to be able to keep it open 24/7 and give their residents a warm place to stay during the day.
But more importantly, we can bring case managers in, we can bring service providers in that they normally wouldn't maybe come in contact with. They can help these people get back to wholeness while we have them here for the next few months.
To anyone currently experiencing homelessness, Kay had this to say.
Number one, they shouldn't be ashamed of it. There's people that want to help, and it's no judgment. We were within a week of being homeless ourselves, a few years back with Thank
you so much, Emily. And again, thank you so much for that story in Toppenish.